oh boy, I'm telling goodbye, I'm telling goodbye, yeah, oh boy, I'm telling goodbye, I'm telling goodbye.
Duck, duck, goose, found a pussy in a dollar bin. Guess you forgot your galana bin. Can't get loose, get your guts, got your tongue again. Rope burn on your hand, are you numb yet? I can go into medication. Murder night, I can deal with it. Every night, I can make it illegal. Invisible. That's what you feel.
stood by your side through all of the lies, watching you cry for me. Get on your knees, apologize please. Now why don't you die for me? Call me the king, ruler of things. Give me that diamond ring. Get on your knees, apologize please. Now why don't you die for me? I can go, but it's your medication. Made a man, I can deal with everything. Every night, making me clear. Can get you there. That's a dream.
Tags, he is the hero. Yevny, oh dear, showing the back to Ambition. Oh no, he received a shot, now he's a one shot. Oh dear, Yevny, can he survive? It's the $1 million question now, can he survive? He race. Oh my god, oh no, he found a whoopsie, he found a, oh no! Oh no!
Good evening, everyone. We're back. The third proof of skill tournament, second day. It is a rescheduled day because yesterday there was an issue with the Wargaming's API on the Asia server, and that caused a lot of issues and bugs during the tournament time frame. Some matches were played yesterday, but some of the played matches were not registered. I mean, the result was not registered to the system, and that is why some of the quarterfinal matches are rematched. This is one of them, and the other will be ENT versus the clan. I just can't remember. My alien memory is not helping. It's up against E7. So both of these clans, so these two matches will be streamed by both me and Fujit, respectively. All games, once again, if you're new to the stream and if you have no idea what's going on, previous skill tournament format is going to be all games played in a best of 3 series. That is, whichever team wins the first 2 matches will win the fixture. The format is a single elimination knockout stage with a match for the 3rd place, and the tournament is seeded by the average of the win rate of 7 best players in the team. And a team earns a number of cups depending on where they finish, and the leaderboard ranks the teams in the descending order of cups. The top 10 would advance to the Professionals Tournament, and the 9th to 16th place would advance to the Challengers Tournament. One previous skill tournament is spread out across 2 consecutive days. There are at most 16 teams in one group for the first day, and the semi-finalists will advance to games held on the 2nd day in each group. It's the 2nd day, which is the day we are in right now. There are at most 32 teams in one group, and there are only 8 teams tonight fighting, because there are only 29 teams registered in this previous skill tournament format. And I think this format needs to be changed for servers like Asia server, where the high percentage of highly competitive teams is really not helping the development of pop teams at all, because basically you're facing the best teams in the server already in the first round, and all games are played as a friendly season mode. So I hope Wargaming is going to change something, the tournament format for both Asia and NA server, so that the teams will not be facing the best clans already in the first day on the first day. Here are the number of cups that a team can earn here. Both ID and RN have already earned 677 cups. They can earn as many as 2011 cups if they win the first place tonight. The 26th of April to the 14th of May is the previous skill tournament format, and it's the previous skill tournaments, and the 19th of May to the 23rd of May will be the professionals and challengers. And the quarterfinals will begin in around 11 minutes. There is a 5-minute stream delay here. That is to prevent teams from knowing the tags and the positions that the other team is going to take. And this is not allowed per Wargaming's rules, and I mean the fundamentals of the game do not allow teams to know where the enemy's positions are, and also the tanks. Here is the RN's lineup. We have the Dark Six, Tommy, Sagittarius, Taichen, Hungry Monster, T-Bag, The World, Zatku, Iron Bread, Sanguine Alpha. And RN is a clan which is a Japanese clan. I'm going to load up the information about RN here. Just a moment. Yep. Oh. Oops. I thought they sent me a paragraph, but they didn't. I'm gonna chase them off, but Japanese clan, they were in the quarterfinals. They were in the 2nd place back in the 2020 spring season, and I think they will be looking for winning the entire thing this season. And so far, they are really, really strong. Besides that, they won the Challengers Tournament in the winter season, and they were among the top 8 teams in the autumn season, and let's not talk about that season. Don't say they will be happy about that. And we have Team ID with Captain as the captain of the team. On you game radioactive active duty arrow path last took for me Lanny LDS. That is what people told me, and Spartan's sword. This is a Korean team, and if I have information about them, yes, here we go. They won they represented the Asia server back in 2016, but that was a very different lineup back then, and they were number 2 in 2018 and the champion of the spring of the 2020 spring season and the summer season, and they came third place in the Blitz Cup in the Blitz Asia Cup, and winter season they earned a respectful 5th to the 6th place finish, and they hope they will achieve some big this season and hopefully this year. But so far they are on the edges of the top 8, and a good performance tonight will shoot their way up into the top 8. And they usually assign tanks during the waiting time, and also play games without any like detailed initial strategies, if I were to put it this way. So I think this is a team that is worth watching, and this is the coverage for you with ID versus RN in the quarterfinals, and ENT versus E7 streamed by Fujit, and he will follow all the way to the finals, and he will be facing HLV next. The winner of that will be facing HLV, and the winner of the match you're seeing will be facing GV next. Hello Finality, and morning to you. Let's switch to this, and we have the leaderboard being Feast, RN, HLV, ENT, GV, E7, Cats, and ID in the top 8, and the 9th and 16th place is a huge toss-up, but particularly the 16th place. Nothing much will happen tonight in terms of any team getting into the top 8, because all the teams below top 8 are not playing tonight. Kane were knocked out by HLV yesterday, and they settled for the 11th place, tied in the number of cups with ECG. I believe the top 8 for the Asia server is pretty much set in stone, so I do not think there is going to be much change in the next 3 previous skill tournaments, unless ID or Cats got knocked out in the quarterfinals once again, and both these clans would need to be wary of such a thing happening. And we will get to room invites at any moment. Before that, I will just lower the blinds, because you know the black backlighting is very, very bad. Just wait for me for a moment. Well, I think that will be better. And the room is up. We are on Canal once again. I think this is the map that was played yesterday, and both these teams would know each other's strats already, and they will be studying how to counter the strat. And our N yesterday won this one 2-0, and they will they hope they will get another win once again. But they might want to change something up in the strategy, because I think they spent their time yesterday figuring out the weakness of the other team strategy, particularly ID, where they were given a chance to win, convert the result to a win tonight. Or you can say change the result. It's very similar to what happened last season on the EU server, where some games were not registered to the system and those games were replayed. And that moment last time, there wasn't a major fault, but just the system wasn't really good. Wasn't very smooth. It was very buggy in registering results. So situations like that happened back in the EU server. I mean, that caused a lot of uproar. But this time, same thing happened, although there was a major fault with the API that caused some games not to be registered in the system. If I were to give my opinion on that, I would have called for the complete rematch of all the games yesterday. That's because Wargaming was unclear on what to do when such things arise, and I think it is a bit unfair that some teams, the result of some teams were included and some teams were not included. It kind of contradicts if you cancel some of the matches. That could be due to that match not being played bug free, and we know that the API fault kind of really caused a lot of confusion and really changed a lot of teams. I mean, the mentality of the teams, and they were really not sure whether the games would be counted or not. So I think that affected some of the teams to try to play it seriously or approach it in another way. And I think with that, I would have gone for a complete rematch of the entire day, rather than having some teams through and some teams not. This is my take on that, and I think it's better to have like all the teams held yesterday being recognized or not recognized, and I'm leaning to not recognized, not half-half. Half-half is really not the same thing, and it kind of contradicts to how you deal with situations where results were not registered. And I don't know, because I think the rules really included the clause that if the games were not registered to the system correctly, the matches will be replayed. So I think it applied to the previous skill tournaments as well. So it's really hard to kind of argue back or kind of appeal to Wargaming to register that match. I think those matches were played bug-free. There are no bugs that kind of affected the dynamics of those games, but more due to the fact that the API faults really gave a lot of unclear messages. But I think credit to Wargaming, they were very quick when the issue was solved, when everything returned to normal. But I think there is still room for improvement for Wargaming in this one, I think. But let's actually focus on the games, and here we go. Hello, Killshock. And we're going to be seeing Canal with Lanny, the Kranvagen, double T22 by Spartan Sword, the game, Campen in the quadruple T135 alongside LDS, Active Duty, and ONU. Then RRM will be going for Iron Bread Tank in FE215B, the Dark 6 in double IS4 alongside Zadku, Sagittarius in the double Mouse alongside the World, and double Vickers Light with Alpha and T-Back. Very interesting lineup there, and that is, but RN just going straight. Campen just putting back. He knows that if he goes down, he will be a goner. RN is going to C quickly. They will get C first. Oh, that was a great reset shot by Lanny here. Oh, that probably would not be enough to give ID the lead. And RN is trying to snatch a cap of B right there. Okay, quick question. Who won 2021 winter season CIS? That was, if I remember correctly, 7-star. I think they won 5-2 against G Game, if I remember correctly. And I think Wargaming kind of removed some of their streams, particularly the Blitz Cop streams. I don't know why, but they removed them. And I think EU server, it was 5-3 for Endgame. Endgame 5-3 against Aqua. Aqua won the first 3 games and got overturned in the end. I think this is the final results there, if I remember correctly. And I don't know why Wargaming removed those streams, because they were of high value. There are some really good games. There are some really good games. I don't know why they did that. Now I'm trying another hand on B, with ID bleeding a little bit. Blizzard might be getting B. It seems so. And it's going to be the case. RN got 3 caps compared to ID with only 1. And it's going to be pressure onto ID because they need that rotation, and it's already more than 500 cap points for RN. RN, what they need to do right now is to get good defensive setup. And ID might want to get 1 cap, but potentially RN would be defending both caps. But it's going to, but they can't defend both B and C at the same time. So ID need to gamble on which cap they can go for. And for me, I think C would be the cap that is the more secure one, because you have the buildings that you can shield from. But then I would know that exactly and put tanks to shut that down. Camper's trying to get into position, but he got shot by quite a lot of tanks already. And ID, they are struggling to get something out of it, and they're trying to get a push through their spawn. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but let's head down to active duty. They cannot stop right here. They're stopping out in the open. That is a bad idea from Team ID. Oh dear, oh dear. I think that this push is going to backfire tremendously. They're trying to go for B. That's a good idea. They're also going for C. At the same time, Game is going into C. And RN, they just need the kills. They need to kill some tanks out. And if they could, with Smartest Sword now dead, Campen probably will be the next tank down. They could seal the game in a matter of a minute, within a minute. And I think Activity would be down. Campen's down. And it's going to be RN with... Oh! It's a temporary decap there. A got decap by Onyu. Let's head down to Onyu here. But Lanny's killed, which means RN will get the first win, and Onyu with that last second cap almost gave ID the breathing space. RN did not see it coming, but they have so many hit points to spare. There's nothing ID can do about that, apart from maybe they probably want those medium tanks in the front trying to get a spots up instead of a T110E5, because the T110E5 is really good when it comes to rush and rotation, and they cannot stop. You know, they stop right in the open and allowed RN to turn the tanks, shut them down, and that's not what you want to do. If you want to do a rush, you need to do it decisively, and you need a good game plan right there. And that was a good win from our end. 2 tanks doing more than 2k, but I mean, getting 3 caps is very important. So far it's going to be 1-0 for RN. So once again, we have Team ID with Camp in the back chat, double Crown Varg by Active Duty and Landy, a double T20 by Game and Spartan Sword, and also double T125 by LDS and Onyu. RN is going for quadruple T125s by the Dark 6, Iron Bread, Tank, Zadku, and the World. Is it? Yeah, it's the World. Sagittarius is in the mouse, and we also have double T20 by Alpha and T-Back. So 10 seconds left. Now ID needs to do a lot better in terms of coordinating our rotation, but you cannot blame them for that because they were under a lot of pressure when they did not have when they were down by 3 caps. That left them very little time to coordinate a rotation, and that really you can see the kind of the nerves displayed by Team ID. They really didn't have a lot to offer at that time, and RN, you have to give them credits for securing all 3 caps right there. That was some amazing stuff. But now, ID is on the south side red team with RN blue team no spawn. ID is going to commit mostly to CNB. They're going to drop the T125s directly to B, actually. But RN is going to get D very quickly. If you can see, they are doing that exactly. But A is left in the open. Potentially ID might get caps on both A and C, but C is not captured, B is not captured. Oh, Sagittarius is spotted. But the T125 was spotted, but Sagittarius is trying to turn his turret over. Let's head down to his position. He's going to get a good shot into LDS, but I think he got a little bit lazy in angling his tank, but LDS took a big hit trying to get B. It will give ID the cap lead, but no, it's going to be too hard for them to do so. Sagittarius also took some hits from ID though, but his armor is able to bounce quite a few shells right there, but LDS failed to get B miserably, and we see Campen, that bad chat, going up potentially, was it not? He's going up with the Dark Six, just traversing through. Campen getting C. Would it be a good idea? RN has tanks, but he's not spotted, however. The T-Bag's going out. Oh, got Campen spotted. Campen is trying to run away. They can't get both B and C, and it's really hard for them to get a cap point advantage with skill. And by doing so, they've lost more than 2k. They have lost. They have given RN a 2,000 hit points of advantage. I don't know why I'm stuttering a lot today. So I apologize if the commentary is really not smooth and eloquent. But anyway, RN is to stay safe. They have the hit cap points. They have the hit points. ID, they just need to find a way. They need to spot the tanks up, chip away hit points, find an isolated tank, but maybe they have an idea. Red tank needs to be careful not to overcommit because he is very isolated. B is trying to be captured by ID, but would that help? Because R is capturing C at the same time. The mouses okay, reset. Activity duty's there to reset, but he's also getting shot at as well. B is captured, but C is going to be captured by R at the same time. That would not give ID the cap wins they desperately need. Alpha receiving a hit though. RN actually received some hits here this time, and they do not want to lose more hit points, but it's still ID. They need to make that rotation. But they are still dropping hit points left, right, and center. I don't know how that shot went. Game doesn't seem to be spotted, and he received some damage. All you spotted Iron Breath Tank still in that position. ID doesn't seem to be looking to shut down Iron Breath Tank. I don't know why. Probably they haven't got a lot of information though. But Breath Tank would be a goal very soon if ID decides to push him out of the game. On the other hand, RN is looking at C because they got D. They just need to defend one cap, and that's C. And ID, if they go for C, RN would be there to reset them. So I don't think that would be a good idea either. So that left ID with no choice but to make a rotation on one flank. And if I were ID, it's probably not a good idea to rotate to rush those mouses and T-Bag and so on, because it will buy a lot of time for RN to rotate on the other side and maybe get B. At the same time, Iron Breath Tank is rotating out of this because he knows he might get shut down very quickly if ID decides to rush to RN spawn. So ID, what can they do this in this moment? They have little to no choice. They have to decide right now. RN and ID, the cap points are in the 800 mark territory. ID might get a temporary cap if they go for C for a few seconds and then pull out. On the other hand, they can also absolutely kill one tank, and ID will have the cap lead. The tank they might want to go for will be Alpha. Alpha is really low in that T22 and he's sitting very, very far back. He does not want to get spotted at ID. Maybe looking to make that rotation now. Not sure. RN's forces are very, very spread out at this moment. There's Sagittarius. RN needs to make a move on the other side, but on the other hand, ID camping is there. And I think RN, let's head down to do a 1 vs 1. Uh-oh, Alpha might die. But no, Campen died. Alpha is still alive. Campen. Oh, I don't know what happened there, but C is trying to be captured by ID. And RN just need 3 more cap points. If they don't lose a tank, they will win this one. And it's going to be RN 2-0 for... It's going to be 2-0 for RN. And that was very, very tense indeed. Had Campen killed off Alpha right there, God knows what would happen. I would have won that one instead. But RN did really well. Chipping away hit points of ID proved to be enough to give them a solid advantage to hold through. And ID would not be overturning the results. And it's still RN 2-0 against ID. And ID just... Campen almost got that ID. I think they were a lot better in the rotation this time. They just didn't. They just couldn't kill off on the other side. That would have been a totally different story. And hello, Adrian, right there. Hope you're doing well. But RN, very strong performance indeed. They were ruthless. They were very, very ruthless. And on the other hand, let's see if there is a result for ENT versus E7. I'm still playing against E7, so E7 might overturn that result, but RN would not be overturned. So it's going to be GB versus RN. GB won against RN back on the first day, 2 days ago. So will RN get their revenge? We will see. Hello, Jaden. Right. I think Campen is really shaking at that time. Yeah, I think I'm very aware of my stuttering today. I don't know, I might be distracted by something early on, but I hope that will resolve as the stream goes on. Yeah, I'm sorry for my fluency today. It's pretty people, and if I were to be examined today, it will be horrendous. I would literally fail that speaking exam, so please. So Campen will be here very soon. I think he is still, calming himself down. But nerves happened, and I know that our ID really wants to overturn that result, but it's sadly ours just a notch better. If we head over and take a look, still going on. ENC still playing against E7. And if we update the table for you, it's going to be RN getting more cups. they will get at least 967 cups. That will put them in the first place at the moment, and they will overtake Feast to become the first place on the Asia server so far. GV would want to rise further up the table if they want to get more cups. If they want to secure a top 8 spot. Meanwhile, ID is stuck in the middle. They are around 1,000 cups behind Cats, but 1,000 cups ahead of Dur, and it all comes down to tomorrow's previous skill tournaments for all these Asian teams. And here we go. It's going to be camping in the interview. Okay, so he pressed the wrong button. He's trying to reconnect. Oh. Wait. I just need to find. So Camp will be joining in very soon. He just needs some time to prepare a little bit. Okay, so we will join this if he's prepared for the interview. Good number of views, at least, well, almost 40, so can we have more of that in the semis and the finals? Thank you very much, the team for you. Thank you. Please like this stream if you haven't already, and subscribe to my channel. I think Captain is probably writing down his response. Maybe. No resubs will be overturned. ENT 2-1 against E7. And it's still the same number of teams in the semis. So, it's going to be HLV versus ENT in the semi-finals, which is good. And nothing's changed. Apart from E7 winning one more game. But that doesn't change the overall one more match. That doesn't change the overall outcome. However, hello, Blue. How are you doing? That would put ENT in the 3rd place on table on the leaderboard. E7 still in the 6th place, and ENT 70,924 cups per the update. We'll continue to follow through the bracket. It will be G vs RA next. We're still waiting Campen to join in the interview at any moment. And hopefully we still have some time. All right, so he's still we're still waiting. I apologize for the wait, for the long wait. Ah. Oh. Right, hopefully we still have some time. While I am waiting, we will brief what's going on the stream. It's the third Proof of Skill tournament on the Asia server, and if you have no idea what's happening, this is a brief overview. The teams are playing really seriously in the season because Wargaming is offering them $6,700 price, US dollars altogether. I mean, it will be spread amongst the top 8 teams, and I believe the first place will get $1,500 like winter season, the same as winter season basically. And Proof of Skill tournaments is one of the 2 stages in the season, and this stage will decide the top 8 teams for the professionals and the 9th to the 16th placing teams for the Challengers tournament. So the tournament format is as follows. All games are played in the best of 3 series, and which is the team that wins the first 2 matches will win the fixture. The format is a single elimination knockout stage with a match for the 3rd place. And the tournament is seeded by the average of the win rates of the 7 best players in the team, and a team earns a number of cups depending on where they finish. And the leaderboard will rank the teams in a descending order of cups. The top 8 will advance to the Professionals tournament, while the 9th to the 16th place will advance to the Challengers tournament. One Proof of Skill tournament is spread out across 2 consecutive days, with the first day having at most 16 teams in one group, and the top 4 of each group, which is also the semi-finalists of each group, would advance to the games held on the second day. Hello, die. And second day we have at most 32 teams in one group, and tonight we only have 8 teams. And we already have decided the 4 teams still in the tournament, and all games are played in a supremacy mode. Here are the number of cups that a team can earn. ID will be going away with 677 cups, but Aaron will be getting at least 967 cups. The Proof of Skill tournaments are held from the 26th of April to 14th of May. Good. So now Campen's now ready. So hello Campen.
How are you?
I'm great, and you?
Oh, I'm great too. What's that today?
It was.
I'm fine.
Yeah, it was an exhausting day, I believe. How do you think about your performance tonight?
I think tonight is a disappointing day for me. Why reason? This reason why is was in a sort of hurry today. This game.
I see. Right. I mean, there were some really close games, especially the second game. Was pretty close. I mean, let's not talk about what happened to Bad Chat right there, but yeah, I think it was very close. But
yes,
I mean,
my budget last shoot shell is shoot HE shell. I must shoot HE.
I see.
HE shell.
But you only have HE shells on your Bad Chat in that game.
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck?
My mistake.
That was unheard of. That was really the nerves really got too bad. But anyway, I mean, looking forward, what is your team's expectations for this season?
I have a little time to prepare this season, so I am preparing to improve my skills, not my expectations.
Right. So your team is looking to improve the skills, basically, for this season. Do you guys have any like any goals for reaching like top 4, top 2 this season, or maybe this is like a kind of a season to earn to get more skills and experience?
Yeah. But we target to top 8, but I don't know this season.
Oh, not this season, but at the moment you're in top 8, so
Yeah.
I mean you're within it's within reach, so I think you guys would do it anyway. I mean you guys are really good friends, so hopefully you will be able to do it. So thank you for your time for the interview, and wish you guys all the best for the rest of the season, and I will go back. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and see ya.
See ya.
Yep.
Right, that is Campen, the captain of the team, captain of ID team, doing a post-match interview. They weren't very happy about the results, but this season was kind of a bridging season for them. They were mainly trying to earn more skills and experience, and their goals are just finishing the top 8, basically, not a lot further than that. So unfortunately, it seems that Campen only loaded 80 shells in his batch chat, which is really surprising. I thought you will get a normal ammunition setup, but that was interesting, to say the least, and that is why you're seeing Campen not doing anything against that T22. That was very interesting indeed, but it's going to be GB versus RN on Naval Frontier, and this is a map which is very interesting, I must say. Basically, if you want to get hold of caps, if you want to play with cap pressure, you would want to go for the northwestern side, where both A and B caps are very close to one another. And if you get B, then you are giving your team a good advantage, but you have that barrier in the middle of that B cap. That is going to be very helpful for capturing the B base. On the other hand, if you want to play with map control and hit points and so on, going to C might be a better idea. You have a more open setup there on the map. And if you want to do a rotation, and I think it's slightly easy to do it from the C side, because you're rushing from an open area to a more enclosed area, and you probably will get spotted at a relatively near position than where the enemies are positioned. It's not like you will get spotted in the middle of nowhere, but pretty much spotted when you're very close to where the enemies are, and that is kind of the balance that both teams are going to make. Choices both teams are going to make, whether they want to play with caps or they want to play with map control, and maybe they can put their guns to reset B if need be. And it also depends on what the other team is going to take, what their usual playstyle is. So I think that factors in some of the decisions by going to either A or B or C. And RN, they're ready with triple IS-4 by the Dark Side, Alpha, and the World. We also have double Crown Wagons by Hungry Monsters, Sagittarius, and a T125 by Iron Bread Tank and T-Back in the Vickers Light. GB going with double IS-4 by Officer and Niski, Berlin and the Mouse. We also have Yoga and Govinda in the T22, and Rome also the T22, Tokyo T125, Knob Itch in the Crown Wagon. Cloudy Snow's like, oh my god. Oh man, I hope the stream is still loading, but it's Oh my god, your reaction. Tommy's like, cool. Good luck to your team as well. And all the best to both GB and RN. Oh, but before I forget, I have to change my screen and also the overlay. So hopefully I'll be able to switch it just in time. I apologize for that. Cause cloudy snow is trampling. Lol. Yeah, I just need to change this and yes, no transition for you though. I'm still changing my overlays. And here we go. Okay. Here we go. GV, red team, north spawn, blue team, RN, south spawn. And we're going to be seeing Rome at that T22 medium, or uncatchable. But RN can catch him right in that bush probably. And RN's going mostly to B and C. So if you see that line, maybe GV's also going for C as well. But Rome would not be getting any spots crossing into A. But look at RN's setup. So many heavy tanks in that plateau right there. And what is their game plan for both GV and RN? GV is going to get C probably without any trouble at all. Shots been fired, but nothing's been connected. So the world is crossing. Rome's not able to get a shot in, but it's fine. Doesn't matter if you take a hit right there. It all depends on that rotation or but Yoga Govinda is sensing some trouble. He's getting out of there. But would that give information? Oh, Berlin's getting B at the same time. Linsky and Officer's going for C. Would that would give GV the cap advantage this time? B, Berlin is still getting B. He is not getting, well, he's getting reset, however. The Crown Wagons and the Dark Six there. Good shots into Berlin right here. The Yoga Govinda is there to reset, to shut down Sagittarius. But look at Berlin receiving a big chunk of damage trying to get into B. And really, the use of mouse here, Berlin, I don't think he's now useful in that mouse anymore, because mouse is there to buy time, absorb hit points, but he took way too many hits trying to get B. Great job to our end, although they do not have the cap lead. Oh, the Dark Six is in trouble. GV might be rushing the Dark Six. I think RN is ready to support the Dark Six if need be. The Dark Six in loads of trouble. He's going to go down very soon, but the RN, Hungry Monster, and Sagittarius, it's not able to save the Dark Six out of his misery. But look at Alpha. GV is doing really well in isolating the tanks here. But RN simply, I think they need to come and support the teammates here with the Bread tank. They need that focus fire, and RN is not focusing the right focusing fire. Alpha is now dead. That is now 7 versus 5 for GV right now. They have to go on. Rome is taking some hits. RN desperately needs to get a focus fire right now, and Tokyo is dropping the reactive bomb. That is very, very useful indeed. But GV is looking for Hungry Monster. Hungry Monster needs to land a shell into the Tokyo, and it's going to be a ram kill there. That is better than getting a bounce, I would say. But Nomad's now down to one shot. His ammo Rex damage. Rome's ammo Rex also damaged. Sagittarius is very, very low. It's going to be killed very soon. Nomad's down. And Sagittarius also down. Hit points are still neck and neck. This is still really close to Berlin. Is trying once again getting into B, but Rome is killed. If GV gets B and they got B, that will give them a good cap point advantage. And RN, they need to kill a tank. I'm not sure whether it's a good idea to ignore C entirely, but Berlin might be there to shut down the Vickers Light. T-Back is unable to get C. And GV is getting A as well. And T-Bag's unable to kill off Berlin right there. Oh man, oh man. A is getting captured. GV got all 3 caps, but RN, I don't know if they have enough time. But we also saw T-Bag down. Oh dear, RN might be losing this on caps here. And GB is on to 800 cap points right now. If RN doesn't kill a tank and get a cap though, it's going to be over. The world kills Liski, but they need C, they need B, and they also need A. Iron Brecton is going for A, B, I mean, Hungry Monster going for B. An officer is also looking to reset B. I don't know if it's a good idea to ignore the caps though, but GB will be winning this one by 3 caps against only none, 0 for RN. And RN, I think they gave up their caps, and GB was able to hold on just in time. Tommy's very proud of his teammates. Yes, it is, but don't worry, the screen is there. So GB, they have 4 tanks doing more in 2K, RN 4 tanks doing more in 2K, and RN, they tried their best in shutting down GB's tanks. Great job shutting down GB at that time. Problem is, GB got all 3 caps in the end, and that matters a lot for them. And had GB not got the caps, they would have lost. I would say. But it's a good play by GB and RN. They need to make sure they need to take care of the caps, particularly when they have tanks free to do so. Particularly Vickers Light, if he waited for a little bit more, he could have gone into C when that mouse is killed. You just need to ask his teammates to do that job for him. And here we go. GB is now going for Berlin in the mouse once again, and he needs to be careful not to do something like that on B, because RN is completely ready for that. But Officer and Liski in double Ice for Capricorn and double T125 alongside Tokyo. Liski, Roman Vickers Light and Yoga Window, the T22 Dub Edge, also known as Yakuza, is offline on the subs bench. RN is going for the dark side in the ice alongside Alpha and the World. Double Krabwagen will be played by Sagittarius and Zartku, with Iron Bread Tank in the T125 and T-Back in the Vickers Light. Here we are. Second game on Naval Frontier, and GB, they need to do better in terms of conserving hit points at the start. Good focus fire by GVRN. They need slightly better focus fire, and they need to take care of caps. They are much better than before in terms of shot effectiveness. Most of their shots actually connect, but they really need to make sure that they don't lose out too much with cap play. Let's see. Rome's going to get a lot of shots in. Oh, good shot into the world. I thought he would shoot Alpha instead, but that was a good shot there. But it will not matter too much. It will all come down to shutting down the tanks for GV, and oh dear, it's GV going to get really aggressive here. They might be trying to shut down Icefall, but they are not proceeding any further. RN's getting C. Brett Tank is going down like that. I think RN is spraying way too much there. I'm not sure if GV realizes this information. If they push IS4, GV would be winning this one probably. I mean, probably that was a huge gamble right there. But come on, officer. Getting shut down, trying to run away, but Tank is on the adrenaline. Officer is in loads of trouble on the other side. IS was receiving that push here. Look at GV's forces, and the world is in with the world of pain here. He's not going to survive for long. Berlin's ramming from left, right, and center, but they are focusing the mouse. RN is focusing the mouse, and RN will be able to kill off Berlin sooner or later, but Alpha is on fire. That he cannot extinguish the fire quickly enough, but RN still has a hit point advantage. And the T125 Red Tag and T-Back is trying to pincer RN's forces, but RN's still unable to get a tank down. Berlin is now dead.
but they're unable to get Alpha for some odd reason. How is he able to survive? Good HE shell into Tokyo right there, but Alpha is going to die finally. And the Darkseid is going to be the next tank down. Yogai Govinda is running, it's now going to shut down T-Back. Good idea there by both Rome and Yogai Govinda. T-Back needs to put a now shell in, but it's going to be enough. He's running around in circles, but T-Back's going to go down. Capricorn's now dead. Officer might be the next tank down potentially, but the Tokyo is going to be the next focus. Now 5 tanks versus 3. It's still our end with the with the hit point pool lead, but G with the caps and the guns is going to be effective DPM onto GV. Our end, they still have 2 Kronwagen still left standing. Iron Breath tank, he needs to get a kill onto Officer. But Yogai Govinda will be finishing Iron Breakdown out, and he does. Liski is still really healthy, and I think Sagittarius, with Sadku now dead, it's really going to be GV's game. Well done to GV and our end. I think focusing the mouse really bought quite some time for GV to focus down those T110E5s. Officers also dead, and I think the focus fire priority for our end is in question here. Good shot into Yogai Govinda, and really those Vickers Light and Rome and Yogai Govinda did a tremendous job in shutting down RN's forces. A really good job. Good kill onto Yogai Govinda, but Liski will be getting the kill in the end. Privet, hello, and hello Anonymous. Well done. Well done to GV. Great job in the focus fire, and RN better focus fire this time, but they were not focusing the right tanks. They really gave too much room for both Rome and Yogai Govinda to operate through, and Liski did a lot of damage in that IS-4. 4 kills, 5 tanks doing more than 2k for GB, but RN only 3 tanks doing more than 2k, and that was a very amazing game by GB indeed. And GB is going to be in the finals, and which team they're going to be facing we will know very soon, but RM will be settling, will not be once again getting the champion for the Proof of Skill tournament. And ENT versus HLV, it's going to be a toss-up because they're both HLV and ENT still playing. And oh. GB kindly offered to be interviewed tonight, so we will have GB also in the interview. Don't worry, we have a lot to tell. 7 stars top, but this is 8 server, so I don't know why. Please don't spoil the result if it's still happening, but once again, ENT versus we still have a lot of time. They lost to HLB 0-2, and it's going to be ENT versus RN in the match for 3rd place. So it's going to be G versus HLV in the finals. So it's going to... so HLV might be getting another first place finish if they won against GB, but absolutely GB can spoil the party. Okay, so let's analyze the first game then. I will load the screen and I will be there soon.
is focusing the mouse, and all right, here we go. First game it is. And let's change. There we go. Let's go. To medium or uncatchable. But RN can catch him right in that bush probably. And RN's going mostly to B and C. So if you see that line, maybe GB's also going for C as well. But Rome would not be getting any spots crossing into A. But look at RN's setup. So many heavy tanks in that plateau right there. And what is their game plan for both GB and RN? GB is going to get C probably without any trouble at all. Shots been fired, but nothing's been connected. So the world is crossing. Rome's not able to get a shot in, but it's fine. Doesn't matter. So okay, so I think this is a very interesting gameplay from GV. I think it's a good. I think it's a very interesting strategy right there. So you're seeing here, Yoga Gavindo is going for Ray, but he spotted up the T-back. I mean, GV spotted up T-back, and the world is going for Ray as well. So obviously, Yoga Gavindo needs to run away. He cannot get A. Don't if he stays there for too long, way too long, Crown Bargains might be there to shut him down, and that IS4 will be there shutting down as well, so he has to run away quickly. But on the other hand, that means GV might think there are tanks near, might think our end is mostly around this area right here, so they might be able to get C, and maybe even B, but we will see very soon what's going to happen. So, if you take a hit right there, it all depends on that rotation, or but Yoga Gavinda is sensing some trouble. He's getting out of A, but would that give information? Oh, Berlin's getting B at the same time. Linsky and all. So both, because they know something, it's going to reset A. They're going for both B and C at the same time. Ambitious move, but will it work? It will inevitably give GV the cap because they acted more quickly in getting C than RN's trying to get A. So that's really going to give them some advantage right there. But going B, if it might be more than required, but we'll see. Is going for C. Would that would give GV the cap advantage this time? B, Berlin is still getting B. He is not getting, well, he's getting reset, however. The Crown Bargains and the Dark Six there. And in this situation, you're getting shots, and if you get a cap lead, then go away. You don't really need B. GV got the cap lead. And what Berlin's doing here is just losing more and more hit percentage. That is not what he wants to be in, wants to do, so let's see what's going to happen. Good shots into Berlin right here. But Yoga Gavinda is there to reset, to shut down Sagittarius. But look at Berlin receiving a big chunk of damage trying to get into B. And really, the use of Mouse here, Berlin, I don't think I mean, Mouse was meant to absorb a push, but because he took a lot of hits trying to get B, it is basically a one shot and basically a 1 or 2 shot, and he's pretty much out of the game, out of the fight. So so that's the only Mouse that Berlin has. So actually, that is a really bad situation for Berlin, and I think GB would need a completely different game plan. They really can't use the Mouse to absorb a push, so they really have to be the offensive here this time. But they have the cap lead, they can defend, but the Mouse can't do much about anything like that. So Privet to taking Painkiller as well. Hope you have a nice day too. I don't think he's now useful in that Mouse anymore, because Mouse is there to buy time, absorb hit points, but he took way too many hits trying to get B. Great job to our end, although they do not have the cap. Oh, I think what GV's doing here is trying to push and try to push Dark 6 out. That could backfire because our end, they have tanks trying to take a look at B, but on the other hand, the Dark 6 array is already very low, so GV can just finish him off and hope that our is not able to punish those eyes for a lot. Out lead. Oh, the Dark 6 is in trouble. GV might be rushing the Dark 6. I think RN is ready to support the Dark 6 if need be. The Dark 6 in loads of trouble. He's going to go down very soon, but the RN, Hungry Monster, and Sagittarius. Oh, I think it's okay to stay on top because if they go down, I don't know if GV they might lose the high ground, and also the dark time is really low already, so absolutely no good reason. I mean, when they have on the clip reload, and they also have to their DPM is also really low, so they probably want to reload a little bit, just they can unleash that DPM, that burst DPM once again. It's not able to save the Dark 6 out of his misery, but look at Alpha. But on the other hand, we have RM really. Alpha try to get C unsuccessful. But RM needs to get a cap because they are down in cap points. So inevitably, our GV has done a good job in shutting down an isolated Dark Time and also forced Alpha to become isolated as well. GV didn't lose the tank, however, but it did really well in shielding himself, not getting any more hits. Let's continue. GV is doing really well in isolating the tanks here, but our end simply, I think they need to come and support the teammates here with the Bread tank. They need that focus fire, and our end is not focusing the right focusing fire. Alpha is now dead. That is now 7 versus 5 for GV right now. They have to go on. Rome is taking some hits. Our end desperately needs to get a focus fire right now, and Tokyo is dropping the reactive bomb. That is very, very useful indeed, but GV is looking for Hungry Monster. Hungry Monster needs to land a shell into the Tokyo, and it's going to be Iron Bread tank. I think it's a questionable move whether to stay on top or not. I think this position gives him a lot of overview on what GV is going to take. I mean, a lot of shots that he can potentially put. But the problem is that gave GV an obvious target to focus, and they can just simply go and shut down Hungry Monster right here. And so I'm kind of split whether Iron Bread tank should go down and share some hit points. And as always, sharing hit points is always a good thing. And when you can share hit points, and also, I mean, you can also focus on one tank at the same time without Iron Bread tank deciding on which tank to focus. But we will continue to see. It's still really close in hit points. Actually, still anyone's game. But GV has more goals. They can really make use of that. We have seen countless times that GV worked brilliantly with the guns, the extra number of guns they have on the battlefield. A ram kill there. That is better than getting a bounce, I would say. But Nomad's now down to one shot. His ammo Rex damage. Rome's ammo Rex also damaged. But we have no idea why Sagittarius went down though. Because he was still on the plateau, he could absolutely just go straight forward and support, and he can't do 1 versus 3. That is impossible, especially when you have really low hit points. So if I was Sagittarius, would have gone and group up instead of isolating himself. On the other hand, the mediums and lights are doing a fine job in trying to shut down. I mean, I think there are 2 tanks right there trying to shut down the medium tank. But anyway, the GV also tried to run away with that T-22s. They have the mobility to do so, and that's really good. Sagittarius is very, very low. It's going to be killed very soon. Nomad's down, and Sagittarius also down. Hit points are still neck and neck. This is still really close to Berlin. Is trying once again getting into B, but Rome is killed. If GV gets B and they got B, that will give them a good hit point count. I mean, in this situation, what RN could do, it's 4 versus 3, so absolutely they need C. They need C, so I think they would need to send a tank. I presume Vickers Light would be a good idea there, but Berlin will be there. to shut it down. So he needs a little bit of help. So I think World needs to, you know, go down, kill that tank off. Meanwhile, these heavy tanks, he would need to go into the fray and shut the tanks down. And I mean, T-Bat only has like 129 hit points, so basically he cannot go into the battle and do any damage. He is very quick though, so if RN requires his service, he will be there in no time. So if I were RN, I would want to shut that mouse down, and he's a one shot, so yeah, absolutely focus that mouse. And other than that, Yogai Govinda, if you can kill that tank, go for that. But Yogai Govinda will be getting A at the same time. GB has 2 caps. If they got A, which is not well defended, they will get a very good cap lead. And all GB needs to do is to survive. Let's continue. Cap point advantage, and RN, they need to kill a tank. So I mean, absolutely no bad reason to just go in, shut Berlin down, capture B with that IS-4 going down. I mean, that tank to the right of him is trying to go up. He can time it well though, so that when that tank's trying to go up the slope, he can just go down immediately and shut Berlin down. But maybe it's already been done. So we will see. I'm not sure whether it's a good idea to ignore C entirely, but Berlin might be there to shut down the Vickers Light. T-Back is unable. So that was some wrong focus right there. I think you can see just briefly, Officer took a hit. So obviously, RN, that mouse needs to be killed because T-Back. I think T-Back will be shouting he wants to get C, but Berlin's there to shut him down. So. I don't know if there might be some communication issues right there, but that would have been my call. I would have ignored Officer. He's very healthy. Why would you go for a very healthy tank at that moment in time? Berlin, it's really my time for GV to get A and get a caps actually. Entirely, but Berlin might be there to shut down the Vickers Light. T-Back is unable to get C, and GV's getting A as well, and T-Back's unable to. I mean, T-Bag's facing the frontal arm of Berlin. Can't blame him for that bounce though, so... Hungry Monster needs to go in. Shut that down. Shut that Berlin down. Berlin right there. Oh man, oh man. A is getting captured. GV... T-Bag's killed. All 3 caps with RN. I don't know if they have enough time, but we also saw T-Bag down. Oh dear, RN might be losing this on caps here. And GB is on to 800 cap points right now. If RN doesn't kill a tank and get a cap though, it's going to be over. The world kills Liski, but they need C, they need B, and they also need A. Iron Brackton is going for A, B. I mean, Hungry Monster going for B. An Officer is also looking to reset B. I don't know if it's a good idea to ignore the caps though, but GB will be. So if that Vickers Light didn't get killed, we have got C. The Iron Brat Tank and I think that the Hungry Monster, if they were more decisive enough, they would have killed that Berlin and got B at the same time, meaning that GB would not gain so much of an advantage in caps. Yogai Govinda would not be doing much actually. There is a barrier there, so you can't really reset. Any tank try to get B. So if I were there, I would have done the R tank would be I think there's a tank up there can stay in that plateau. I think he can stay. Iron Brett tank can stay in that plateau and ward off whoever's trying to come up, and maybe could help in getting out. Yogai Govinda can just pull back and might get some shots in. So if I think it was a very winnable match for RN, but I think there was some kind of misplay, a couple of misplays, which cost him the game dearly, particularly about the cap play, and losing T-Bag is a huge costly mistake right there. So I think room is up. So let's head into the room. No, there are no rewards watching the tournaments. It's said very clearly in that pinned message, in the first sentence actually. So don't know why you're still asking. Here we go. HLB versus GB. And meanwhile, while I am in this match room, I will change the overlays for announcing. So Dynasty Spur is it's a very different map from Navy Frontier. That is because there are lots of buildings here, there are lots of areas that you cannot use. And this map perceptionally feels a bit small as well, because you don't have a lot of lanes to run around. It's a very close map, apart from the park side, which is a lot more open and a lot more terrain. But those narrow long lanes would mean German heavies and very heavily armored tanks would be pretty much preferred. That means you'll be seeing double mouse by HLV from 7010 and Joy Solo Q, and double IS4 by Momosaku and Rush. Kranwagens, hull down tanks might not be the best choice, but if you're talking about the terrain in the park side, good for hull down tanks, so you might see some T110E5 and the Kranwagens there. And however, the mediums and lights are not the best choices though, because they have to go into the flat ground of the city side if they want to rotate and so on, and there is a huge portion of the map being flat ground. So usually you will only be seeing either one or even 0 mediums or lights. And in fact, HLV will be taking the T22 medium by safety, so but absolutely you should take a medium or light, at least one, because that will be very important when because you have really good DPM and you can go to the backside of the enemies and unleash your DPM potential, and you also can get the spots up, get the information up. That is very important in all of the maps here, and all eyes will be on safety zone here. And we also have GB going with double mouse by Berlin and up Itch. Well, actually Rome's going to take the T20, so both teams will be taking a medium tank at least. But triple IS4 by Officer, Liski and Tokyo with Yoga and Govinda in the T110E5. So I think both teams are taking a really similar setup. Not really similar actually, but you know it's similar enough. But let's get into the room, shall we? Dynasty Spur. HLV will be the blue team, and GV will be the red team. And it's going to be HLV on the north side and GV on the south side. Let's hit a pie. And I believe I got this right, isn't it? Nope. So bear with me for a moment. I'm gonna change that as well. And right, so sorry for brief moments of silence, but oh, Rome's split up safety zones just swallowed up some tanks, but GV are mostly going into C, but HLV mostly going for A, so I think they got the information that they will get A in no time. And that will give HLV the cap lead, but Rome will be following soon after, but enjoy solo kills there. Oh! Momosaku, Rome, thought that he could get C easily, but no, it's not the case. Yoga and Gavina getting shot as well. Tokyo getting shot, good job to HLV. Chipping away hit points of GV, and they set themselves really nicely in punishing GV. Look at them, punishing Tokyo once again. GV would be wondering what they have done wrong. I don't think they have done anything wrong. It's just HLV positioning themselves really nice, really perfectly, really good, really well. And look at that. HLV has more than it's almost 1k hit point advantage. And GV will have to force their way into B, but they have tanks to do that. Good shot from 771 though. GV cannot afford to lose any more hit points. But if I were GV, probably I would do a rotation from one side first and get those mouses into B. That would distract HLV tremendously. I mean, nothing much can be done. GV will be drawing a game plan, but they need 2 kills to swing it back to their favor. So yes, they might want to kill the tanks, but that would not be enough if they just want to go for one. They absolutely cannot leave it to the last minute. They need more than 2 kills, and with them not having a lot of hit points, they are left with no option but to have it done as soon as possible, I must say. So GV, they might want to go for B, that would be really good, but absolutely they cannot leave it way too late, because with the amount of hit points they have and the number and the deficits they are having right now, GV, if they leave this way too late, they I don't think a kill will be enough and a cap will be enough to swing it back to their favor. HLB just need to even things up, and they have a healthy hit point pool lead, so they absolutely can level things off if one tank from HLB got killed. While GV, they need to act. And I'm not sure if waiting is going to be a good idea, because really they are down by more than 100 cap points, and they are down by more than 1000 hit points as well. HLV just need to stay safe, sit back, defend B. That's the game plan. Well, other game plans that GV might be thinking would be going for A, but they are not doing that exactly. The tanks are still spotted. HLV is still chipping away hit points from time to time, and really, if GV is still allowing HLV to chip away hit points, they really are putting themselves in a terrible position in the rotation. I mean, look at Liski now. Might be trying to get a rotation. He might be going for the 7th one now. That might be the push they need to do, but they're going for B at the same. They're going for B first. They're not really doing any rotation on the other side, but look at HLV looking to go for a counter push, but they are bouncing their shells onto Liski. This is not what they want to do. They're going for Tokyo instead. They need to get a focus fire right. Tokyo is going to move back. On the other hand, GV got B. That is really important though. But would that be enough though? HLV needs to kill a tank, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough for GB. Tokyo is going to go down to the first tank down. HLV is really comfortable. Berlin is going to be down very soon. And Joyceluk is going for B. And Berlin's killed by from Abyss. Very important kill right there. And GB is only able to kill 1 tank compared to GB. Already 2 tanks down. HLV are really safe from this one. The IS-4s are going for from Abyss. Would that help matters at all? I do not think so. HLV, C is going to be captured by Rome. No. I mean, A is going to be captured by Yogai Govinda. HLV, their victory might be snatched from their grasp with Rome also dead. Yogai Govinda is still on C. All the actions on A. All the actions on A here. Momosaku might be killed. Officers there to support Yogai Govinda. C is now captured as well. But this is still really close to call. HLV can still lose this game. Cannot kill off Yogai Govinda. And Joyceluk is also killed. Yogai Govinda is finally killed. B, they need to kill off Liski, but safety serves that bounce. HLV still the hit point pool advantage and the caps, and it's 985. If GB cannot kill a tank quickly enough, they need to kill off safety zone. It's going to be a win for HLV, and it's going to be 1-0 for HLV. GB, I think they left it way too late, and they lost 2 tanks at the start. HLV, good counter push, good reaction to what GB's doing. They weren't anticipating there, and I don't know why that music's still playing. But look at that, 5 tanks, doing more than 2k. And for GB, 3 tanks doing more than 2k only. Yes, there is some glitch right there. Music still playing for no reason at all. You can hear it playing in the background. I think the game bugged out. It stopped playing because I switched to another screen. It's not because because the music suddenly stopped playing. You can still hear it playing. I mean, both teams are still really close in caps. Like like the winning team, which is HLV, now over 800 cap points. So it's still counting up. So it's going nowhere to 1000 soon. It's still really close to call. I know HLV will be trying to win this one, but GB is trying to get, trying to stop the Caps from capturing. And it's still really close to call, you know. We have HLV now changing into the double 50Bs from Abyss and Koyu. Thank you for subscribing, Nostalgia. And we also have double Ice Force by Rush and Mowasaku. Double Mouse by 7710 and Enjoy Solo Q of Safety Zone and at T22. GB is going for Mouse, Double Mouse by Nutbitch and Berlin. Double Ice Force by Officer and Liski. Double T110 fights by Yogai Govinda and Tokyo with Run in that T22 medium. Fujin streaming this match as well. And we are on to the second game on the Nessie Spell. Wow. And it's still playing. That music's still playing in the background. Warning rebound. It's loading into the stream and it's still playing. That music's still playing. We are in for some dance music, and I have no idea what's going to happen when we are approaching to 800 point territory. Oh, no, it's still playing. It hasn't stopped playing. Gosh, that is really intense indeed. HLV, Blue Team South Spawn, and GB Red Team North Spawn. And you can see, let's head down to Rome for a moment in time. And that music's becoming a little bit annoying, but Rome. It's going to get 7710 and Momosaku spotted, and we have Lizzie Officer Nubbish also spotted. So really good start for GV, getting the information, and HLV will be committing their tanks. You also have you are also seeing double 50Bs spawn basing. If GV decides to rush, and we could head down. They can't see anything much. If they decide to rush, they can absolutely come in and support. Look at GV double bounce going into B. That will give GV, well, that would not give GV anything but safety zone. We might see some resets going on. Look at Nubh. Safety zone is going for Berlin. Nubh turning his tank, so wow, Seven gets a big hit right there. But Nubh is trying to turn his tank, getting punished there. Safety zone is going to be the mosquito for GV. It's very annoying indeed. But look at 50Bs coming in to shut down Nubh. Nubh is in loads of trouble right there. Nubh is struggling to hold on. And the 50Bs, Koyu have 2 shells in this clip. Good shell there. Safety so can land that last shell right there. But Koyu is there to shut it down. And GV has made the move as well on the other side. They're trying to shut down the double ice force and the double bounce here. And Berlin is really low. I don't think that's going to take into 800 point territory. Berlin is now one shot now. It's going to be killed with GV struggling to cope with the ferocity of HLV right there. HLV focusing Officer right there. But Rush blocking Officer so that Toki's now nailed into this wall over here. He's dropping the reactive armor, but that would not help a lot. But HLV got 2 caps right here, and Tokyo just got eviscerated by HLV's forces, with Rum also dead. It's now left with GV 2 tanks left remaining. And the music stopped playing when 800 points cap points been when HLV has 800 cap points, so it's very calm situation with Liski now dead. HLV only with Yoga and Govinda left standing from Abyss with that ram. And it's going to be HLV winning the previous skill tournament, the 3rd previous skill tournament. And it's 2-0 for HLV. And that music's still playing. I thought it had stopped playing. It hasn't stopped playing. And it's going to be 6 tanks doing more than 2k for HLV. Only 2 tanks doing more than 2k for GV. Well done to HLV. Very great gameplay. Safety zone. GV was left with little choice, but safety zone was proven to be that mosquito, that annoying mosquito, and they were unable to do anything. The 50Bs came in at the perfect time to shut those mouses down. Well done, HLV. Brilliant gameplay. Yeah, thank you very much for that description, and you didn't. Oh. I'm still getting that music still. It really bugged out. I think it really bugged out. So HLV 2-0 against against G with ENT, losing to RN02. Okay, the music stopped playing because I was in a different screen. So. Okay. So here we go, HLV 2-0 against GV and RM 2-0 against ENT. That would mean HLV would be going away with a lot of cops, and they are now in the second place, very closely behind to RN. Good. Very quickly it will be Berlin in that interview. Oh. Oh, oops. I need to get into the right channel, but very soon. Oops. Right. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Hello. Let's see if I can get the screen right. How are you doing? How are you all doing?
Just fine, thank you. And you?
I can hear you too. How are you all doing? Oh, I'm doing fine, thank you. Right. Right. So, how do you think about tonight's results?
Anh nghĩ về kết quả tối nay?
Nói chung là hôm nay thì team của anh đã làm tốt ở những trận trước đấy, nhưng mà có một số ở trận chung kết thì anh chưa hài lòng lắm, tại vì teamwork trận chung kết có một vị trí không hiểu ý, nên là dẫn tới là kết quả là dẫn tới là bọn anh thua.
He said he was satisfied with the match, but in the final he was unhappy a bit because of some positions are not doing their job well.
Right. I see. I mean, you guys been performing very brilliantly. I mean, against our end with some really great games, and particularly the cat player. I mean, so far you're very safe in that top 8 on the table. But what are your expectations for this season for GB?
Anh đã kỳ vọng cái gì ở RWV vào giải này?
Ở mùa giải này thì bởi vì là người Việt Nam không được nhận tiền, nên là team của anh không tập hợp được đội hình mạnh nhất. Đây là đội hình của anh đang thử nghiệm thôi. Nên là mục tiêu của GV ở mùa giải này là mục tiêu trước mắt là sẽ vào tới vòng 4 đội mạnh nhất.
He said due to the legal limitation, you already know when they are now. So this team was just built for experimental only. And what he want is to be in the top 4 stronger team in the season.
Right. I mean, you guys were the winners of winter season, obviously. Saying top 4 will be at least the expectation you guys want. So, yeah. I think the last question will be about what teams do you think will be the strongest opponent that you will be facing or you have faced so far?
Đội nào là đội mạnh nhất mà anh từng nghĩ tới hoặc là đã từng chạm trán tới trong cái giải này?
Trong giải này thì nếu như bỏ qua cái trận mà gặp HLV lúc nãy thì Anh nghĩ Fed là vẫn là một đối thủ đáng gờm.
Well, if we skip the SLV, Fizz is still the strong team in his opinion.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's good. Great. So thank you very much for interview and thank you very much for your time and wish you all the best in the next in the seasons in the season ahead and have a nice evening as well. Thank you and bye.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay,
Bye.
goodbye and good night.
Bye.
Bye
Good
bye.
night. Bye. Okay, so that was Berlin in the base camp, and that was interviewed. So, great job to HLV tonight, securing that victory 2-0 against GB. Very, very strong games indeed. And GB was very good against RN as well, and I think they will be pleased for the results tonight. Apart from that, apart from the finals, could have done better, and yeah. And they are hoping for a top 4 finish once again. And well, they haven't told us what opponent they think it's the strongest. Probably themselves is the strongest opponent they have to face. More like a mental barrier and the expectations they have to do well. And I don't know about that music. It's still playing. If I can go back to this. That music still playing for some reason. And it's a bug by Wargaming. I blame Wargaming for that. But thank you very much for giving me some free subscription. But I don't play on the Asia so often, so and I'll be coming back day to day so that I will get the goodies. What do I get actually in that subscription? The free subscription I'm getting. I'm going to check. I'm getting 5 gold boosters, a day of premium time, which is going to be useless, and 5 times 3 experience certificates for grinding. So not much, but it will be very important for me to grind tanks, especially for getting a Yaguru, and maybe for me I want to get a T125. That will help really well. I mean, for the T125 on Asia server, I haven't started up. I mean, on T32, so I'm on T32. I just need to get. Well, I mean, I just need to get some free XPs for other stuff as well. So hopefully I will get enough stuff in the end, hopefully, and yeah. So that's all for me today. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys have a nice evening, and see you soon. Bye for now.